A video of a disabled black man being restrained reignites controversy over police brutality tactics in the U.S. Also in our headlines this hour, was the Church of Scientology in Russia spying on worshippers to later blackmail them? Those are some of the accusations being leveled at the organization following a police raid in Moscow. And a backlash in Germany against the huge influx of refugees leaves society divided over what to do. Around the clock across the world, this is RT International. My name's Ewan O'Neill. Good to have your company this news hour. Police in America have suffered another setback to their reputation. A new video has emerged showing officers brutally forcing a disabled, homeless black man into submission. San Francisco police responded to a call that the man in the video was, quote, behaving strangely. They were the sole emergency service to attend the scene. The police pinned him to the ground as a total of 14 officers turned up. The video was filmed by a journalist and anti-police brutality activist who told RT what she had witnessed.
You could just see this one black man and this wall of blue forming around him, and you just know that that's never a good situation. The more he said no, the more that he questioned them. Why are you doing this? I'm using those for crutches. The worse that it got, it seemed their determination to assert their force. People were gathering to make sure that they didn't kill him, essentially. We were all shocked that there would be this much force and it would be warranted for one man, and a man that has one leg. What's going to happen is that the police are going to have to radicalize themselves and realize that they are peacekeepers in the communities. They are not, we are not enemy combatants. They are not going into enemy lines. Of course.
San Francisco police, though, have challenged the allegations of brutality, saying the man was in an altered mental state, which made him dangerous. The department also insisted that the man fell down himself, and officers acted afterwards. The police also point out that they didn't press charges against him, taking him to hospital instead. Footage of controversial police actions are nothing new on YouTube and social media platforms. Police in the US have had to, on numerous occasions, answer to communities about the level of force they employ, often against African Americans.
Hey, Rick! Yeah, stand! On your face! I'm choking on my blood! I can't breathe.
Michael Wood, a former Baltimore police officer, believes the force's violence stems from a deep-rooted philosophy.
I can't understand at all why there's that many people there for somebody with one leg. It's clearly indicative of our training problems that we don't know how to handle something that would seemingly be so obvious and easy to handle. There's something that's going on that has to do with our society. Like, the cops think that because they can legally do that, then it is okay, but they're just leaving out the moral problems there. Every time something happens, we will still see a lot of defense. There's been a couple of indictments so far, but I still don't see any real change. There's nothing palatable anywhere that indicates that law enforcement from its command and from its foundations is at all changing, and that's exactly what we need to do. We need to really rethink our entire foundation and how we're structured.
While in New York, police have been criticized for a new scheme intended to help the homeless. Officers are encouraged to post pictures of vagrants online to prove that officials are not doing enough to solve the problem. The initiative, however, may have looked better on paper. Critics say the only thing it does is shame those having their photo taken. Activists are now spearheading the Solutions Not Shaming campaign online, with some rallying done in front of City Hall too. Police have removed the controversial pictures. Marina Portnaya takes up the story for us.
Dozens of residents have gathered on the steps of New York's City Hall to condemn this so-called homeless shaming campaign that's being spearheaded by a police union. Now, all of this began last week when the Sergeants Benevolent Association sent an email to its members urging them and their supporters to take pictures of the homeless, panhandlers, and quality of life offenders to then post those pictures on Flickr. This has, of course, become a very polarizing issue, with many New Yorkers saying that police officers are spearheading a very immoral and dehumanizing campaign.
The very people who are here to protect us, and the very people who are here to look out for this city's best interests, are demonizing the homeless people.
We've had homeless people in New York City for as long as there's been in New York City. And it's never been acceptable to shame them, to put them down, to publicly post their pictures.
Their strategy is just extremely misguided. It's also dangerous and divisive, because what it also is implying is that these folks are dangerous. And in fact, that is not the case.
Now, the SBA claims the goal of its initiative is to hold elected officials accountable for the diminishing quality of life in New York City.
We will then notify the city council. We will notify the proper authorities that handle this, including the precincts, to particularly go out and address the situation.
The circumstance has been dubbed New York City's Great Shame. In the meantime, on Friday, Flickr removed all the photos and videos of homeless people that police officers uploaded to their account. But the Sergeants Benevolent Association promised that a new website is under construction and all of the images will be up again very soon. Reporting from New York, Marina Portnaya, RT.
Farmers in Belgium have gathered in one city amid falling dairy prices. Ahead in the program, fires light up the night sky as producers say they're being forced out of business.